Hello, friends. The following episode contains subject matter that some listeners may find triggering around self-harm and teenage substance abuse. If you or someone you love is struggling, contact the Canadian Suicide Crisis Helpline at 988 or kidshelpphone.ca anytime, day or night. Internationally, please contact your local crisis assistance center. Welcome to Late in 88. I'm Bronwin Parks here with my co-host Elinor Svoboda. This season we're exploring our graduation year in high school in 1998 and the intense challenges of growing up queer and gender non-conforming in conservative Calgary, Alberta. This episode, we leave no stone unturned, discussing drugs, parties, sex, violence, and all the high-risk behavior we got into as teenagers. It all came down to girls, grunge, and guns. Today, we lay bare the dark side of these years and the death of our childhood innocence in 1998.
Hey everyone, welcome back into the basement. We're still here, we're chilling. It's been like way longer than any of us expected. Remember that vibe? Like
Yeah.
Somehow when you're a teenager, you just got so much time to hang out.
All the time in the world.
Like what I would do for just a bit of that sense of time.
Oh my God, right?
You know? Like, hey, see you later. We'll just like hang out.
Let's chill.
We'll just chill.
Yeah, let's
So we're
go to Sevi.
Yeah.
I like
Get a Slurpee?
get a Slurpee.
Yeah. What was your Slurpee of choice?
Oh, to this day, I literally got one yesterday. It was just a Coca-Cola straight up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And Coke over Pepsi for the Slurpee.
Yeah. Did you do layers?
No, man.
No.
I'm not 8 years old. It's like straight up Coke.
I was Sprite, so that's interesting.
You're weird.
It's just refreshing. It was just refreshing.
I don't even understand that. But you know what? To each his own.
That's right.
Not here.
I get to be me.
I'm not. They have all these flavors for a reason. Somebody's got to drink it.
Yeah, that's right. Like grape. Who had
Okay,
grape?
that's disgusting.
No, right?
No, thank you.
Somebody did though, or else it wouldn't have been there. So yeah, let's dive back into it. We've covered a lot of ground so far. You shared with us that you came out as bisexual at 14, and you said you came out as gay. How old were you?
I was 16.
As 16. So what was happening there when you were 16? Like when you decided to come out, were you in a relationship? Is that what spurred it? Or had you had relationships? I'm curious. How'd you know?
No, I didn't have a relationship. I just knew I was gay.
Yeah.
Like I didn't need a relationship to know I was gay.
Mm-hmm.
I just knew I really liked girls. At that time, I had kissed several of my like friends, and I knew that felt very different than kissing boys. Despite like everything I had done with boys, like even just like French kissing one of my friends in the backyard of this house we hung out at felt like fireworks went off in my pants. And I was like, oh my God, this is why people are losing their mind over this. Because like there was part of me that is like, I don't understand why people are freaking out over like sex and stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
me too. With boys.
Yeah, with boys and stuff. Just like, I don't understand. I just don't get it. And then, yeah, I made out with one girl and I'm like, oh my God, I get it. I decided to come out at 16 because I know it's kind of like complicated now, but like it was mainly because of like Ellen DeGeneres. When she came out, I was like, well, she's got a lot more to lose than I do.
Right.
Like she's got a lot at stake. And to be fair, she lost a lot because of that. And I was like, well, if she's going to do it, like, what do I got to lose? And I'm tough as shit. So it's like, fucking come at me. So at that point, yeah, I decided, yeah, I'm coming out. And so that's when I started telling everybody, you know, close circle of friends, family. I was like out at school, you know, I wasn't hiding it. But I also wasn't like running around with like a flag pinned to my back or anything. Yeah. That wasn't my brand. Yeah. I was still like dark trench coats, leather jackets. It was still like all black brand.
Yeah. And you told your parents?
Funny enough, I told my mom in the middle of a fight. Again, very much on brand for my family. Like I told my mom not to tell my dad because like obviously my dad and I had a very fraught relationship. And I said that I wanted to tell him because I also knew like I was like the only girl. Like he had two sons and I was like, well, he might have some like vision of like walking me down the aisle or something. And like in 1996, it was illegal for gays to get married. So I wanted to be the one to break the news to him that he was not going to be able to walk me down the aisle. And then in typical my mother fashion, she could not do that for me. And she told him. So I never actually got to tell my dad. So he found out from my mom. But yeah, I was basically out. I know a lot of people would like, whisper behind my back. But because I had this like really tough, don't fuck with me exterior, nobody ever had the balls to say anything to my face.
Right.
I know a lot of people would like ask my friends like, oh, is Bronwin gay? Like, is Bronwin a dyke? Is Bronwin a lesbian? A lot of my friends were always like, I don't know, ask her. And my answer was always like, yeah, like ask me and I'll tell you the truth. Like, I'm not ashamed of it. Mm-hmm. Like, if you ask me, I'll just tell you like, yeah, what's it to you? Mm-hmm. You want to go out? Like, but also like, it's interesting because like, as far as like my gender journey, because I had never, at 16 anyway, I'd never met like a trans person or anything. Mm-hmm. So like my gender journey kind of stopped at 8, right? Like, sure, I was still like a tomboy, right? I still dressed in jeans and I was like a cowboy and all this other stuff and like a metalhead. But like, at that point, I was basically just like a girl who was like dressed as a guy. Like I guess like a butch lesbian.
Right.
Was sort of like the identity I adopted. The gender journey was kind of like arrested, even though I fully embraced my queer identity. I think I dated like one other guy after actually coming out as gay.
Right.
I don't know why. I just did. I think part of it was because I really liked his truck. I know, like whatever, I used him for his truck.
I was pretty much asexual. Like,
right.
I was so disinterested in dating and had sexual trauma, so probably just super disassociated. So when you talk about, oh, I just dated this guy and then just dated this guy, I'm just like, whoa. Like my teenage self is like, because that seemed like such a mountain and it was so full of like confusion and feels and just when you talk about it, it sounds so simple.
Oh yeah.
Which is like,
I dated so many dudes.
It's like, yeah.
It was like out of control.
Yeah. Did that feel lonely to you? Like in terms of, okay, I'm coming out as gay and like, did you know of any other potential women you could have dated or girls you could have dated? Like were there other out people in the high school?
Yeah, no, there was like as far as I knew, like I was the only gay in the village.
Yeah.
And so
that's like extra brave, I just want to say.
Well, thank you.
Because that's, you're doing that knowing you're on your own, at least thinking probably you're on your own island.
Yeah. Well, I knew I was tough enough to take any like, I was tough enough to weather any storm.
Yeah.
And I already felt like I was on my own island anyway, being in what I called my well of depression. I was pretty used to being, isolating myself in that sense. And yeah, like there were periods where I kind of envied my friends who had their boyfriends and like go out dancing. And like, of course, there were girls I had crushes on throughout high school, some of which who turned out to be gay later. Much to my frustration.
Well, and did you feel like you could approach them? Like, was there ever like a, I wonder if
no,
did you ever?
So like, I was so awkward and I felt so like out of their, like they were so out of my league. They were so smart and so pretty and so popular and I was such a weirdo. And I was just like, there is no way she's going to give me the time of day. Mm-hmm. And even the ones that I was like, there's like one girl who's in the drama class. And I was like, I did manage to get up the courage. I didn't ask her out, but I got up the courage to ask her if she had a boyfriend or a girlfriend. And just to see like how she reacted. Yep. She definitely like clearly indicated that she was not, like, she wasn't queer in that way, but like didn't freak out at the question, which is still a good sign.
Amazing. Yeah. I love that.
But of course, she's in the drama class.
Did you have any relationships in high school?
Like every high school lesbian, I was, of course, in love with my best friend. Right. For all intents and purposes, we were in a relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we didn't consummate that relationship, but like, for all intents and purposes, we were in a relationship.
Yeah.
We spent all of our time together. Like, it was very intimate in like every other sense of the word.
I know this well.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you know this well. So like if you laid it out on paper, like a judge would be like, you are in a relationship. Yeah. You're like, we must divide assets equally.
I was telling you, I was going through my journal and I'm like, there is so many photos of this one person that I cut out and pasted. And I just thought we were good friends, but clearly it's so clear to me now that I was madly in love with her. Yeah. But at the time it was like, I just gonna put another picture in, you know? It's
She's just really cool. I just really like her a lot. So I would have done anything for her. Like, and I did. You're a teenager, so it's like all big feelings all the time. It's like that Jan Arden song, right? Like, I would die for you. Like, it is that dramatic.
Yeah.
It is like melodrama.
Do you feel like she felt like that too for you?
I've spoken with her since then, and obviously we talked prior to us doing this podcast because I wanted to make sure that I had her consent to talk about this. She has admitted to having feelings, and like, we've worked through a bunch of stuff. She was going through some stuff at that time that, like, I can't speak for her, but I don't think she was necessarily able to express those feelings in a healthy way, let's say. For me, I was very much like, I'll do anything for you. Like, I was just like fully devoted.
Were you in love?
I think I would say like I was in love with her.
And how did that play out? Was that?
Oh, it was one of those things. It burned white hot and fast. And then like exploded. You know what I mean?
That feeling, did that come from being in love or also wanting to consummate the, like to bring the relationship all the way or show that you loved her?
There was like a chemistry that happened between us. Yeah. Like, I mean, some of it was probably like, you know, it's like when you watch a TV show and there's that like chemistry between the two characters and like you want them to get together, but you also don't. Yeah. Because like then when they do get together, it kind of like wrecks it. We kind of enabled some very reckless behavior in each other.
The life and death.
Oh yeah. Like there was like, speaking of party hamsters.
Yeah.
So between like house parties, bars, her terrible taste in men.
The boyfriend.
Like so many bad ex-boyfriends that there was a point where it quite literally almost killed me.
We talked about this a little bit, how much violence there actually was at some of these parties. Like I remember being at a party and like on it, let's be honest, we weren't necessarily in a rough part of town. We were at French immersion high school.
Our high school's nickname was Baberheart.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We were known for being like
preppy.
Yeah, preppy. We weren't like in the hood. But I remember being at some parties where like dudes would show up with machetes. Yeah. Like machetes. Now I'm saying that and I'm like, where do you even get a fucking machete? But it would be like, I have this memory of like doing blades in the kitchen at a party. And then somebody comes into the kitchen and it's like, yo, dude, there's some dudes with machetes at the door. We got to scram. And like, I think about that memory. I'm like, is that a movie or did that actually happen? You know what I mean? Yeah, like
speaking of foggy memories.
Yeah, like but you would hear these stories. Like you would come to school on Monday and be like, oh yeah, did you hear about the party that so-and-so had? And there's gang members and somebody like brought a gun and it was like, oh dude. And like somehow this element of violence, I don't want to say it was normal, but it existed. Yeah. And we were interfacing with it even though we were just like, there was no part of me that was involved in any kind of violence. Sure, there was drugs.
We had this kind of like regular party at a friend's place, and I don't even know how her parents let us get away with this. I mean, maybe it's because we were really good about cleaning up afterwards. Like, we were pretty fastidious, and we never really trashed a place. We just got wasted and listened to music. And
I just want to say that what you just said right there is such a part of the teenage party they don't show on TV, which is like, the few of us who were the responsible ones.
Yeah, who cleaned up.
Who were like cleaning up, calling our parents with good excuses, giving other people excuses.
Yeah,
like
making sure everybody got home.
Everybody get home. And like, and make sure it all gets wrapped up clean so we can do it again. You know?
Yeah.
I think there actually were those people at every party.
Absolutely. And you're the ones who like slept over.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, exactly.
everybody had this place. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Back to your story.
No. Yeah. So like we had our crew and we were staying over.
Yeah.
And so like we had our room. Obviously like me and my best friend were staying over and we were going to like share a bedroom, of course. She was downstairs hooking up with some guy. And so I was already kind of like irritated about that, where I was upstairs drinking and like we're all having fun and stuff. And then all of a sudden, her ex shows up at the door. I noticed that the girl whose house it is like, she's freaked right out. So I get up and I go to the door and I get in front because he's yelling. And I just say like, what the fuck is going on? And he's demanding to see her. And I know exactly where she is. And I'm like, he's like already, I can tell he's like, he's either high or he's drunk and he is just way out of sorts. And I'm like, there's no way you're going to see her in this state. Also, I'm like, she is currently under some other dude down there.
Shit.
Like, this is not going to happen well. Then he pulls a gun on me.
What?
And he points a gun in my face. And he says, and he calls me a dyke. And he says, you fucking dyke, you better get the hell out of my way and let me see her, or it'll be the last thing you do. And I don't know if it was just like bullshit confidence or the alcohol or whatever, or my own like hero complex. But like immediately I was like, you are not like, remember when I said like, you don't threaten my friends? Mm-hmm. Like that, all that came over me. And right away, I just took one step forward.
Wow.
And I said, well, you're absolutely not going anywhere with that.
Mm-hmm.
I said, if you thought you weren't getting in before, you're not getting in now. And he got more agitated and he said, well, he's not going anywhere. And we argued. Somehow I managed to negotiate him out of the gun.
Wow.
I told him he had to put the gun back in the car and we would go get my friend. And so I told the girls to go down to the basement. I don't care what you have to tell her. You get her into the kitchen and I will deal with him. And I made sure, like, it was one of these, like, there's a certain type of house in Calgary. Everybody knows it. It's like a bungalow kind of rancher.
Yeah.
When you come in the front door, you can go straight to the kitchen.
Right.
And the kitchen, there's kind of like, it's either straight to the front door or there's also like a straight to the back door. So I said, you two are going to meet in the kitchen. Because I knew then if we needed to like make a quick exit, we could ferry somebody out the back door or the front door.
Right.
The two of them like met in the kitchen. There was much yelling.
Wow. Did you think he was going to get violent?
For certain. Mm-hmm. So like we all kind of like hovered around the doorways.
That's intense.
And they yelled at each other. She yelled at him to get out. And, you know, that like they were never getting back together. Like, don't know what the fuck you're doing here. Blah, 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 blah. She got rid of him. I basically just sort of like stood at the front door. Like I basically just like sat on the porch and chain smoked cigarettes until I knew he wasn't coming back. And I told somebody to just lock the back door and don't let anybody out it. Like put a sign on the door that says like, don't go out here. Just to make sure that like the back door stayed locked. And so it's like nobody can get in the house. And then of course she just went back downstairs to the other guy like nothing happened.
Whoa.
And all I could do, like,
Whoa.
after I knew he wasn't coming back, I went back inside and like all I wanted to do is just like talk to her about it.
Yeah. Like
I was like, I just about
fuck?
died.
You just put yourself on the line.
I just about like the whole, and then it was like, you know, the whole Jen Arden song, like I would die for you, like.
Yeah,
Totally. Because she didn't even know what happened.
Right.
Actually, she didn't even know what happened until I talked to her about it about a year ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why did you hold on to it?
Well, like I tried to talk to her about it a couple times over the years, and just like the timing wasn't right. Like it's kind of a pretty intense thing to talk about, and sometimes it's like you try and talk about it, and then like I don't know, you're like in Starbucks and then like somebody sits down next to you and you're like, oh, I'm not going to talk about this now. This is like weirdo, you know, or the conversation takes a shift and it's just like, oh, this is just the wrong time or whatever.
Well, and maybe because there was so much in that moment. It wasn't just, dude, your ex-boyfriend pulled a gun at my face.
Yeah. Well, and
it was also like, I was willing to die for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's about as deep as it gets between two people.
And then, so she was actually like in our room with the guy, like the room we were going to sleep in. And so I kind of cock blocked her. I went down there. She was making out with the guy on our bed. And I just walked in. I was such a dick about it. I loved it. Like now that I look back, I'm like, I was such a dick. And it just makes me smile. Because I just walked in there and I just like fully went in. I'm like, you know what? I'm tired. And I just like lied down on the bed.
Whoa.
The guy was like, what is even going on right now? And she actually tried to initiate a threesome that night. And she actually, like, it was actually like the worst thing because for the first time, she actually kissed me.
Oh.
And it was like the last thing it was like everything I wanted and the last thing I wanted.
Dude.
In that moment.
Oh, it hurts
because
my
it wasn't
heart.
even for me. She kissed me for him.
Yeah.
Right? She
Oh.
didn't kiss me for me.
So you're
She
like
kissed me for
wrapped
him.
up in her game. You're wrapped in her web.
Yeah.
And you're just like bleeding heart.
Yeah.
You know, I love you. I'm here for you. And she can't even like see you in that moment because she's just in this whole
So, and
drama.
like, it's not entirely like we've had a conversation about it. So like we're all good now. But like,
I'm just saying that's probably how it felt.
oh yeah, in the moment I was
probably how it
a
felt.
Disaster. Anyway, he ended up being like this. I mean, to this guy's credit, he was like, this is too weird even for me. And he left. And she was so pissed at me.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you think you're pissed at me. By the time like that guy left, like the sun was already coming up. So I'm like, well, we might as well just like start cleaning up.
Yeah.
And so we just started, because we were both so angry. We were not, like, we're angry now and we're sober.
Yeah.
And everybody else was, like, passed out downstairs. So we just started cleaning up the upstairs living room. And then I think we all went to, like, Denny's or whatever for
of course,
breakfast. Like, Denny's on 16th.
Yes.
Right? Denny's on 16th.
Oh, yeah. Bottomless coffee.
Yes.
3 eggs,
Shout
3
out to
bacon.
Denny's on 16th.
3 eggs, 3 bacon, 3 pancakes.
Grand slam. So yeah. So, like, that was, like, I look back and I think, like, that could have been the end of it. That could have been the end of my story that night.
And did anything happen between you guys after that, or is just like the friendship continue?
There was more to our friendship after that. Funny enough, she got kicked out of her house at one point. She ended up living with me and my family for a few months, which that was like a lot.
Yeah.
That kind of became too much,
right,
for what our relationship could bear. She saw more closely the toxicity that my mom was like pouring into me. So she tried to like, you know, run interference a bit for me there, which was helpful. But for me, like the intensity of having this girl that I was like so in love with now, like living with me, and now we share a bed every night.
Whoa.
But I can't be with her. It was too much.
Yeah.
So eventually our friendship and like everything just didn't survive.
Yeah.
That like I just couldn't. I realized at a certain point like I just couldn't be friends with her.
Right. That's right.
Like I was too in love with her to be friends with her.
Yeah, and I get that. Like I know that feeling of you love this person and your friends, your best friends. And yet then why is it, okay, yeah, they're going to go date this guy. Why does it hurt my heart so bad? Why does it feel like I want to be him? I wasn't wise enough to my own insides and my own sexuality to know, oh, wait, I'm actually attracted to her, in love with her. I was just, for me, as far as I had was, I want to be with you all the time. I want to feel as close as I possibly can. And nothing ever feels close enough. And it's really confusing because you're best friends. Yeah. Right? And girl best friends are supposed to be intense, like besties or whatever. At the same time, my best friends were always guys.
Right.
So I look at it now and go, well, clearly that wasn't a best friend.
Right.
that was somebody that you wanted to date. I really feel for you. And
Thanks.
It's funny to listen to you because in one way it's such an unbelievable story, and on the other side it's totally fucking believable. Like, right. I'm like, yeah, I could have been at that party.
Yeah, you could have, like, just as easily, like, because there was like a whole bunch of people at that party that I didn't know and don't remember.
Having violence at home.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that was part of you sorting that out, that you were drawn into that, or did it just make matters worse?
I think it was just normalized.
Yeah, it was normalized.
In that sense. I'm just like, oh, well, here we are. Like,
yeah, because even when you were telling a story with the gun, it's like you kind of knew what to do. You went into a part of your brain.
Yeah.
I think of myself, I probably would have just been like, in shock, but you went into solutions mode, right? You had carved a survival tactic around violence.
Yeah.
From what was going on at home with your dad. How did that impact your relationship to your sexuality and having relationships moving forward?
Not really, other than I really felt that I needed to, like, ask for what I wanted. I needed to learn how to have the courage to tell a girl that I think she's pretty, which, like, to be fair, is, some people might be chuckling right now, but it's like, in 1998 in Alberta, that can get you sexually assaulted if you ask the wrong girl.
Yeah.
I really struggled with that the whole time I was in Alberta. Mm-hmm. I really wasn't able to find that courage until I moved to Toronto, where I actually felt safe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good that you say that, because even we were saying earlier about, like, oh, how do I broach this topic, and how do I get her alone, and maybe we can touch, and those types of thoughts, but they were incredibly subversive still. You were doing something outside of the norm. You have the containment of normalcy, which you're so aware of as a teenager, of like, this is the social norm that we all live in. Here's the codes. And you can feel it if you're outside of it. And here we are talking about danger. It does feel dangerous.
Yeah.
Danger all around in our teenage years.
Definitely.
And somehow we had this embedded wisdom to navigate it. The loneliness in all of that, and the desire to connect, and the courage to try. And I really heard that in all of your stories too. So just honoring that teenage Bronwin who was really, reaching outside that social bubble and trying to find themselves and be the hero. Well, friends at home, I hope you didn't maybe have as many dangerous brushes as we did, but if you found yourself in these stories, know you're not alone. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Take care, buddies. Thanks for coming over and hanging out. Be sure to subscribe and get the next episode directly in your feed. Follow us on your favorite social platforms at late.in.88. We cannot wait to hear your angsty teenage stories. You can check out our website, latein88.com, for more resources on all the grungy topics we dig into this season. Late in 88 is created by Bronwin Parks and Elinor Svoboda. Edited by Elfire Media. Original music by Aaron Hutchinson. Mixed at Sound Lounge by T-Bone. Additional production by Women in Media Network. Artwork by Feisty Creative. We would like to acknowledge the generous support from Alberta Foundation for the Arts.